Okay, today's video is going to look at multiplying and dividing decimals by 10 and 100. Going to show you a little trick today. So here we go. Let's get right to it. So if I'm going to have a number like 10 multiplied by 0 decimal 3, okay? I know you can use a calculator. I know, believe me, trust me, I know this. I encourage you to not always use the calculator, but it's there to help you. There's a little trick that we do when we're multiplying decimals by 10 or by 100. I'm going to show you by 10 first. You take the decimal here. If you're multiplying it by 10, you move the decimal to the right. All you do is move it here. So now 10 multiplied by 0 decimal 3, it equals 3. This will work every single time. I'm going to give you another example. Then I'm going to show you what it looks like on the calculator. Okay, let's do 10 multiplied by 0 decimal 45. If I move this decimal here, I'm going to move it over 1. So now the decimal goes here. It equals 4 decimal 5. So on a calculator, this is what it would look like. Okay, so you have here 10 multiplied by decimal 45 equals 4 decimal 5. This will always work no matter what you do. Okay, the same applies when you're multiplying a decimal by 100. So if I were to do this, 100 multiplied by 0 decimal 3, we'll use the same example, you would have to move this decimal over 2 times. There are 2 zeros in 100, 2 spots. 1, 2. The decimal now goes here. You fill that with a 0. So 100 times decimal 3 is 30. Multiplied by decimal 3 is 30. This will always work no matter what you do. Even if you had a large decimal like 0 decimal 4 3 5 6 7 8 9, whatever, doesn't matter what it is. You take this, you move it over 2 times, and it would give you an answer of 43 decimal 5 6 7 8 9, whatever, doesn't matter. That's all you would do if you were multiplying decimals by 10. And you've noticed this when you've done your multiplication tables. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 3, I can go on, but really what you're doing here, the number 1, it has a decimal right here. We just don't announce it because it's just the number 1. But you can write 1 like this. So when you multiply 10 by 1, you're just moving the decimal over here and hiding it on the other side. That equals 10. Let me show you the division part now, because the division part follows a very similar pattern, except it goes in the opposite direction. Okay, so because we know division is the opposite of multiplication. So if I started off with a number that is common to us, say like 60 divided by 10, that equals 6. So put it in the calculator. 60 divided by 10 gives you 6, okay? Sorry about the glare there. Now let's do it with decimals. 0 decimal 6 divided by 10, okay? What we need to do is we need to take this decimal here and move it this way to the opposite direction. So now this number is going to give us an answer of 0 decimal 06. It's always good to include the decimal on the outside. 0 decimal 06 is your answer. So when you do this on the calculator, 0 decimal 6, divide that by 10, there's your answer right there. Okay, so this is what you do. It's a very simple little trick that if you learn it, you never have to use a calculator to figure out these types of questions. 3 decimal 1 divided by 10. What do? That's right, move this decimal over here. it becomes 0.31. Try it on a calculator. This will always work. Now, if I did 7 divided by 100, okay? Well, where's the decimal on the 7? It's right over here. So you add a decimal there. 1, 2, 0.07. Okay? And that is really all you do when you are multiplying and dividing decimals by 10 and 100. See, this will also apply for 1,000. So I am not going to put a lesson for 1,000 because you can just apply this same principle here. So here's the review. If you're multiplying by 10, it goes to the right by 1 decimal spot. If you're multiplying by 100, it goes 2. Dividing by 10, it goes over 1 to the left. And if it's if it's dividing by 100, it goes 2. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.